Hello everyone, Mr. Garino here. In this video I'm going to show you how to join a classroom, a Google Classroom, for submitting work and things like that. So first you want to go to Google and sign in. Now I've set up two test students just so I can make this video. So I did Mr. G dot test2 at students dot harrisonschools.org, and then I put in my password. Okay, now once you're signed in. To get to the classroom, you type in, and some students have mentioned to me that this tic-tac-toe board, sometimes classroom pops up here, and then sometimes it doesn't. Actually, a couple teachers mentioned that to me, but if you like using that and it shows up fine, if it doesn't, you can always get there by typing classroom.google.com, and that'll bring you to your classroom. And if you've joined classes, you'll have them listed on the left. If you've never joined a classroom before, you won't have any listed, and you click this plus sign to join your first class, like it says right here. You enter the class code which your teacher has to give you, so I will give that to you. It's not in this video. The code I'm about to paste in here to join is just for my test class, so do not use this code. Use the code that you're given in class. So I just joined a class called Test Class for Video Training. Obviously, I named it that on purpose. Over here, see work across all your classes. Okay, got it. So if you click here, you can choose this class. You can see the work that you have to do, which obviously there's none right now. You can click classes, and you'll have all your classes spanned across here, and then you can click on whatever class you want to look at. You have work that needs to be done. You have classmates, so I have a Mr. G test and a Mr. G test 2. I guess you can click on this to email your classmate, and about just tells you what the class is about. Okay, so we're going to go back to stream because that's the stream of the work that you have to do. And now what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like from the teacher side, just so you know. So this is me as a teacher. I have sort of the same thing you guys have, stream, but I have students and then about, instead of what you guys have, stream, classmates, and about. Okay, so I can create down here with my plus sign an announcement, an assignment. I can create a question, or I can use something I've done before. So I'm going to create an assignment. So I'm going to give the title of this assignment, I'll just call it practice files. Okay, instructions, read the instructions, look at the sample, watch the video. Let's say the due date's going to be, I don't know, October 11th. Okay, now as a teacher, there's some things I can do before I assign it. I can attach a file from my computer by clicking on the paperclip. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to do one that I had for my basic computer applications class. We did an Excel student ID investment. So I'm going to upload the instructions. Then you can also do one from or a teacher can do one from their Drive by clicking on the Drive button. This is recent. I'm going to go over to Drive, and I'm going to choose my sample student ID investment file. Click Add. And then I'm also going to, I can link to anything like a video, or I can just directly insert a YouTube video. And I don't think you need to watch me go browse through YouTube to find the URL. I've already found that. I'll just paste that in, and there it is already, instead of going and search for it. So I click on that and say add, and then I click assign. Takes a couple seconds, and then it should appear. Okay, and then there it is. We have our instructions, our sample, and our video. So now, if I go back to class and click View All, you'll see I have an assignment. And it's just called Practice Files. Okay, so I can look at the instructions. I can look at the sample, whether it's a Google Sheet, a Google Doc, a PDF, whatever your teacher decides. I can watch the video. Can click here to watch it on YouTube, obviously. I can either add files as a student from my drive. I can link it. I can upload a file. So I'm going to upload one from my computer. Actually, let me cancel that. For the business basic computer applications course, probably do something in Drive, or probably have to create something. So create sheets, and it says don't forget to turn it in when you're done. Okay, I got that. So it created it, but it doesn't open it. You still have to click the link. It opens Sheets, and if your assignment was to make some sort of spreadsheet in Google Sheets, you could put this works nicely. Notice over here it says saving. All changes saved in Drive. It gives it the name of your assignment dash and then your name. So when I set up this email, I made my first name Mr. G and my last name Test2. So it's already saved, it's already done. But once you're all done with it, all you have to do is close this tab out and then say turn in, and then turn in. Okay, so that's done. If I go back as a teacher and look, I see I have one done, one not done. And I can click on this and open it, and you'll see that's the work the student did. Okay, so still here as a teacher. If I have another student, or I do have another student, this one's called Mr. G Test without the 2. But this one's in my game programming class, and although this wouldn't be an assignment for the game programming students, if they did have an assignment, because we use Adobe Flash for making games, we can't really create one of these things and make it work. So we have to add something, and it's usually going to be from our computer. Oops, no, not link. File. And I'm going to add this one right here. And it's an Adobe Flash file of an animation. I click upload, and then I click turn in. Notice it says unknown file type. So it's not something Google Docs or Google Apps for Education is going to understand. But you can still send a file that Google doesn't know how to work with, and I'll still get it. So if I click turn in, so now if I go back to teacher, you'll see here that I have 2 people done now. Mr. G Test, that's the animation thing. And if I click on it just to show you, it says, oh, can't work with it, there's a problem. And that was kind of difficult for me to figure out, but what I figured out is if I right click and say save link as, that doesn't work either because it wants to just save the HTML of this page. But I can go down here and say open link in new tab, and when I do that, it comes here and it says, hey, I don't know what to do with this, would you like to download it? Which is what I wanted to get to from the beginning, because I know Google can't do anything with it. I just want to download it. It downloads over here in my downloads folder. And then because I do have, and when I come over here, you can see I got this frame by frame animation thing that a student did, and it shows up with the right icon because I have this program installed on my computer. I'm not going to go through opening it, but suffice it to say, I can get the file, I can check your work. Okay, so let me close out this tab. Oh, close out that tab. Okay, so that's how it looks from the teacher side. And then I could, if I wanted to add a class comment, and say, good work, people. And as a student, you could add a private comment to me. Mr. G, help me next class. And you could post that. And if I go back to, and here's the one that I just did. Then if I go into my email, I get the email from you automatically on that private comment, help me next class. I don't know why class isn't there. Maybe I forgot to type it. I don't even remember. Yeah, I guess over here I just put Mr. G, help me next, didn't put class. If I go back to all my assignments, you'll see the comment that I had put in as a teacher, good work, people. And if I go back to this other student, Mr. G, test 2, you'll see he's got the same comment over here too, so that was a comment to the class. And you can go to classmates, you can see this is you, this is your classmate, you can email the classmate if you want. Okay, so that's how you get into your Google Classroom, how you communicate back and forth with your teacher, how your teacher does things for you, how they get information back from you, and how they can check your work. There's also, obviously, I can put a grade in here, and then you would get that back and know your grade as well. Okay, I hope everything works out well for us, and have a good time.